Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben, and this is round 2 of the Smoking Hot Confessions barbecue game show. Alrighty, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start round 2. It was such a hit last week. We're back to do it again this week. And we've got a bunch of different players here with us tonight. We've got Matt, Rodney, David, returning champ from last week, Anthony. We've got Claire, James, Peter, and Andy. So I'm going to be hitting them with 20 questions broken into 4 different categories, 5 questions in each category. And we're playing it through Kahoot. So in just a moment, I'm going to share my screen so the players can see the questions. And at home, they're going to be reading those questions. I'll be reading them verbally over the microphone here, and they'll be multiple choice selecting their answers on their own devices at home. It's pretty cool. It's called Kahoot. If you need help sorting out either Zoom or Kahoot, just send me a message and I'll get you sorted. You can start doing this sort of stuff for yourself as well. It's really good fun. And of course, folks, we are playing for a prize tonight. Anthony last week took out the Smoking Hot Confessions tumbler. And so, of course, we're going to be sending another one out this week. Is he going to get 2? We'll have to wait and see how the game goes. So, if everybody's ready, let's get into round number 2. Question number 1, steak cuts. Is that a filet mignon, a ribeye, a porterhouse, or a sirloin? We're kicking it off easy here with round number 1, steak cuts. Okay, that is, of course, the ribeye. Interesting. 5 out of our 8 players got that one correct. Very interesting. And how is the leaderboard going to look? Matt straight to the top. Anthony not far behind. Ribney is chasing hot on the heels. And then, of course, judge number 6 and Claire. Question number 2. What is this cut of steak? Is it a New York strip, a hanger, a porterhouse, or a flank? Oh, people are a bit slower to answer this time. That's interesting. Here we go. 5 people got that correct again. That was a porterhouse. Beautiful cut of meat there. Any changes to the board? Dave's rocketing up into position number 3. Matt and Anthony are still neck and neck there at number 1. Ribney and then James. Okay, question number 3. Steak cuts. What is this steak cut? Is it a filet mignon, a porterhouse, a New York strip, or a skirt steak? It is the filet mignon. Beautiful. Everyone got that one correct, 100%. Anthony's got the last 3 in a row correct. Matt's starting to eke out a little bit of a lead there, not much. Andy's jumping up onto the board in number 5 there. Welcome, Andy, to the board. Question number 4. Steak cuts again, ribeye, porterhouse, Scotch fillet, or New York strip? It is a New York strip. Very nice. Okay. Matt is extending his lead here. He's now 1,300 points out in front. Andy's climbing up there. Dave's hanging on. Question 5 and the end of round number 1. Is this a skirt, a hanger, a flank, or a sirloin? It is the hanger steak. Very good. What's happening on the board here? Oh, some changes. Andy's rocketed up to number 2. Ribney's back on the board, number 5. Dave's there. All right. All right, let's move on into round number 2. Round number 2, know your knives. What knife is this? A utility knife, a carving knife, a brisket knife, or a slicing knife? Yeah, everybody knows that one, a brisket knife. Okay. Matt's getting quite the lead up here. Okay, Matt's got six correct answers in a row. Very nice. Question number 7 of Know Your Knives. Is this a boning knife, a paring knife, a steak knife, or a utility knife? It is a boning knife. Very useful knife indeed to have. Okay, Claire's jumped back up to the board. She's back into 5th spot now. Matt's still extending this lead, 1,600 points in front. Let's move on. Question number 8. Still in the category of Know Your Knives. Is this a Santoku knife, a paring knife, a boning knife, or a utility knife? It is a paring knife. Beautiful. Okay, Dave's climbing up to number 3 there, bumping Anthony down to number 4. Matt's on fire. He's got 8 correct in a row. He seems to be unstoppable tonight. He really wants that tumbler. Question 9 of round 2. Is this a carving knife, a slicing knife, a brisket knife, or a chef knife? That one is a chef knife, yes. Whoo, Matt's really getting that lead out there now, 2,500 in front. Very good. And the last question for round 2 of Know Your Knives. What is that knife? Is that a Santoku knife, a chef knife, a utility knife, or a carving knife? Yes, that is a Santoku knife. Very nice. All right, what's happening on the board? Anthony's back up into number 3. Woo, Matt is now 3,500 points out in front with an answer streak of 10, but we are only halfway through the game. So let's move on to round 3. Round 3, knowing your events. What event is this? Is this Up in Smoke in Adelaide, Meat Stock Auckland, Smoking in the Valley Perth, or is it Kangaroo Valley? We're really ramping up the difficulty here as we're heading in through the different rounds tonight. It is Up in Smoke Adelaide. I got everybody with that one. All right, so no changes to the board there. All right, next question. What event is this? Is it the Barbecue and Beer Roadshow? Is it Meat in Horsham? Is it Meat Stock Melbourne? Or is it Smoking in the Valley in Perth? It was Smoking in the Valley in Perth. Very good. I thought the little Smoking Hot Confessions logo would be a hint that it was one of the events that I'd made it to. All right. Anthony made a couple of points back there, almost getting up to 2nd place. Next question. What event is this? Is that Q in the Club Melbourne, Sheepstock in Melbourne, Hobart Blues and Barbecue Festival, or Fat Drip in the Barossa Valley? A little bit of hesitancy here in the answers from the contestants. Yes, it was Sheepstock down in Melbourne after Meat Stock Melbourne got cancelled. Very sad stuff. All right, Anthony's making a comeback. He's climbed back up to 2nd place. Claire, welcome back to the board in number 4 there. Let's move on. Question number 14. in our round 3, what event is this? Is this Meatstock Sydney, Meatstock Melbourne, Meatstock Auckland, or the Bundaberg Barbecue Battle? Yes, that was Meatstock Auckland. Obviously, that photo seems to stick in people's minds for some reason. I can't imagine why that would be. All right. Matt's extended his lead there. He's almost 4,000 in front. Dave's jumped up into 4th place. Let's finish out round 3. What event is this one? Townsville Barbecue Battle, Brisbane Barbecue Festival, Smoking in the Valley in Perth, or Creekside outside of Melbourne? Yes, it was the Brisbane Barbecue Festival. You'd have to really know your Radar Hill smokers to be able to pick that one. All right, there we go. Maddie's 4,500 out in front now. Claire's jumping back up into number 4. Let's move into round number 4 and see what we've got here for round number 4. We've got Name That Charcoal. So, is this charcoal made by Weber, Clean Heat, Kingsford, or Heat Beads? It was Kingsford, yes. Very good. A lot of people familiar with that brand over here in Australia now. Claire, jumping up into number 2. Very good, Claire. 17. Name that charcoal. Is that from Redheads, Firebrand, Heat Beads, or Clean Heat? That is, of course, Firebrand. Firebrand extruded briquette. All right, Matt's got that one as well. 4,500 in front. Oh, we had a lot of shift in the board. Andy up to 2, Anthony up to 3, Dave up to 4. Okay, name that charcoal. Is that charcoal from Heat Beads, Clean Heat, Kingsford, or Firebrand? Heat Beads, yes, that's the Heat Beads lump charcoal. Maddie's got such a big lead now, but Dave's on fire here, 3 correct in a row. Ribney's back on the board. Welcome back, Ribney. Question number 19 of Name That Charcoal. Is that from Gidgee Brothers, Heat Beads, Redheads, or Clean Heat? That one is from Clean Heat. Okay, everyone's catching up there a little bit. Anthony's back, 3 in a row. Very nice. Final question, question number 20. Name that charcoal. Is that from Weber, Heat Beads, Clean Heat, or Firebrand? That was from Weber. Okay, that's the end of the game. Here we go. Coming in third was Anthony, last week's winner. Number 2, the other Andy. And number 1, Matt. There you have it, folks. Matt is the winner. Runners up, 4th place, Ribney. 5th place, Dave. Very nice. Matt, congratulations on winning round 2 of the Smoking Hot Confessions barbecue game show. We've got a tumbler coming your way, my friend. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. It was pretty high pressure situation there. A couple of hard questions coming through. There's a couple of doozies there.
I did try and make it a little bit harder this week than last week. Yep.
Yeah, you're almost like there was one where I was sitting there, the porterhouse question. I don't think I'm alone on that one because it looked like a New York strip as well. And I was like, oh, okay, we're using Australian terms. But I'll tell you the other one that like really stitched me up. The events totally stitched me up.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, because like I was like, oh, how do I know? It was like it said Kiwi Smoke in the background. I'm like, oh, they're in Auckland, you know. But the Clean Heat one, that got me because Gidgee and Clean Heat are both acacias and they look very similar. Anyway, but yeah, cool. Yeah, that's fun, Ben. I like that. It's good fun.
All righty, mate. I'm glad you had a good time, and thank you for coming along. All righty, folks. So that was round 2 wrapped up. Congratulations again to Matt on winning that beautiful Smoking Hot Confessions tumbler. Thanks to all the players. Thanks to, as I said, Matt, Rodney, David, Anthony, Claire, James, Peter, and Andy. It's been great to have you here, and I'll see you again for round 3 next week. So until next time, take care of each other and keep on queuing.